Hi, I'm here and ready to embarrass myself as I play around with Live for the first time and as I test out my new selfie stick, which has face tracking. So I'm just gonna hypnotize you in front of my beautiful world map for a second as I get used to the tech, because I always feel like way too old whenever I'm on TikTok because I'm an elder millennial and I'm going to be 40 in a couple months. And I just need to get comfortable with this stuff because my new books have such a younger audience and I don't know what to do. So this is me, an old lady, practicing live and a selfie stick. So you can see my beautiful map on the wall of my office. It's a big wood map that lights up and does lots of different rainbow colors. And I have a pin for all the places I have visited. So, or my husband. So we have almost every US state and Canadian province. Canada is mostly him because he had to drive through all of Canada twice. As we moved in and out of Canada. We live in Alaska now. Wow, people are actually watching me. Hello, this is my map and this is the old person trying to figure out TikTok. I'm very grateful for the makeup filter. Even with it, like my face is so red. Skincare while you're young. Anyway, this is the map. So I have a goal to make it to every continent before I turn 40. However, I turn 40 in November and I'm not going to Antarctica until next year. So I've been to every other continent though. This year we did a tour of Italy, which was flipping awesome. I got this tattoo of a dragon that I saw in a fresco in St. Mark's Basilica in Venice, and I'm obsessed. The year before we went to the Galapagos Island, which is Galapagos Islands plural. It's a tiny little pin in South America. How can I do this? Oh, South America's over here. There's the tiny little pin for Galapagos Island, and we also did Ecuador. And before that, we did Tanzania. Let's see if I can find Africa backwards. I think Africa is right behind me, so there should be a pin for Tanzania. And then for Asia, I went to India twice. Let's find it. Why is this so complicated? There's the pin for India. So I just have Antarctica left and I'm not super excited to go. Now, if you've ever been to Antarctica, you have to give me your tips. I'm like really excited to see penguins, but holy hell, like if you think an African safari or a tour across Italy is expensive, Antarctica is bonkers. And the thing is I live in Alaska already, so I already see snow and icebergs all the time and I love them. They're amazing, but do I want to pay $75,000 for a family vacation to see snow and icebergs in a different part of the world? I don't know. I'll miss my pets, especially my sweet little Chihuahua who is terrified of this new selfie stick. So she is hiding, but let me practice some more since you guys are actually watching. I don't know, I don't have anything interesting to say. I just have my failed attempt at geography, my beautiful map. I wish I could turn it on for you, but then I'd have to leave the TikTok app, but I'd love you to see the colors. Maybe some other time I'll share that. And I'm a neurodivergent person, so geography is like, it's like alchemy or like some other like mystical magical force. It makes no sense. I never know where I am in time and space. So the map is helping me learn. And my husband, God bless him, he got me this map of our region where we live in Alaska. And he points out like, we went here, we did this in here, and he's teaching me to read maps, but like I'm almost 40 years old and I don't even use the GPS appropriately. Like Siri will yell at me through my car, my Apple Watch, my phone. Like Siri will yell at me in 4 different ways, including buzzing my wrist, and I will still miss the turn because when I get driving, I'm just like excited and in adventure mode and not paying attention to where Siri wants me to go. So I end up late, I end up lost. Like I said, as neurodivergent, I never know where I am in time and space. But I'm trying to learn how maps work because I'm an author. I've written over 150 books, guys. This is my cozy mystery profile. I'm Molly Fitz. Hi. But I have written over 150 books and I'm writing fantasy for the first time. and I absolutely love it. Oh, I got a heart, yay! So I'm writing humorous fantasy, which is just a hop, skip, and a jump away from cozy mystery. I just have like even cooler characters and monsters, and nobody's died yet. Just there's a threat that they could die, because that's how fantasy goes. Like the quest, it's got to be high stakes. But my characters set off from their small town to go on this quest to meet a necromancer, and there's a deadline. But my character is also neurodivergent, so she also is always lost in time and space, which is great and everything, and it's been fun to write about and to represent neurodivergent heroes, because we can definitely still save the day. It might be a little late, but we're gonna do it, and we're gonna think about it differently than your classic cookie cutter hero. We're gonna rock it. But I started writing, and I even had the map that my wonderful artist friend drew of my fantasy world, which my husband helped create, and swipe right to filter out comments. I don't know. Anyways, so I'm like, okay, they're going on the adventure, and they're starting here, and they're going here. So I have them automatically leave town south, and they'll just like fall off the edge of the map. And my husband was doing my developmental edits, and he's like, what's going on? Like, you have to go north something else, like east or west. Why would you have them go south? There's nothing south. Like, they're never going to get there. And I'm like, well, that's the problem. So he has realized this is a substantial problem, and he is helping me to learn to read maps. So it's kind of like a little bit funny that I'm in front of this giant, awesome map that shows how well traveled I am. Oh, now I've got a Borky dog. Cool. Okay. I'm going to stand up and like let my face tracking show you what's going on. This is my Borky dog, Mila. This is my Borky dog, Mila. She's a 10-year-old Chihuahua mix, and our neighbor dogs are clearly up to something. But since I'm up and out of my chair, let me show you around my office. So I am a full-time writer for, oh my God, since 2011. Now, I also own a book marketing business. I'm not going to talk about that. That's boring unless you want to hear about it. But this has been my full-time job. Like, I went to graduate school for like a proper degree that I could use to have a proper job. And I had a proper job for like a year and a half, and then I quit and became a full-time author. So that's what I've been doing since I was 26. And as mentioned, I'm almost 40 now. So my whole life, I've just been this weird creative person. So let me show you how a weird creative person keeps their office. Now, this is the day bed. So whenever I have any friends come over to visit, this is also the guest room. And it's a really nice setup, I promise. The bed is messy because it is like for peak dog comfort. Right now, I only have Mila. Usually I have Sika, who's a Pomsky, and Sky Princess, who's actually Mila's daughter, a 7-year-old Chihuahua mix. And usually all three are laying in the bed, and I have like the optimal pillow arrangement. But 2 of the 3 are terrified of this new tracking selfie stick thing, so they're hiding from me. But we've got the day bed, it pulls out, we've got a trundle. You saw I hope you're not dizzy. I'm a little dizzy, it's fine. My big map, my big wooden map. Here's my religious icon of my goddess, which is just my dog. That's my religion, is my dog. We've got the overhead fan, why not? I've got a cute folding screen with a bunch of French words on it and some light up ivy. I'll show you the closet last, because that's where all the secrets are. So I've got to like bury the lead a little bit. Okay, so neurodivergent person, I have obsessive compulsive disorder, always happy to talk about it and answer questions. I actually live a really full life despite having some, like, it's kind of a disability and it's kind of a superpower. I think that's how most things go. But yes, I actually have 5 calendars, and it's kind of a joke. Like, it started as a joke, but now I'm like super into it. I love Chihuahuas, and oh, hello, face tracking. Okay. Fine. Okay. I want them to see the calendar's face tracking selfie stick. It's fighting me. I'm sure I could turn this off if I knew how to use this thing better, but whatever. So I have a calendar for each of my 3 pen names, and I mark like how much I write each day, and I keep track of that so that when I'm feeling like I have messed up and I'm not writing enough and I'm getting distracted by selfie sticks, or like, let's be honest, I game hardcore on my PlayStation. So if I feel like I'm doing that too much, I can look back and see the word counts and know I'm doing stuff. So I have a Chihuahua calendar for each of my pen names, and then for my husband's. And then I have another tiny Chihuahua calendar over here. Oh, there's the little one for my exercise. And as you can see, it's not happening. There's no record. It was happening. And I have a beautiful home gym, which I can show you guys if you're interested to see it, that I never use. So anyways, I should do that. You should tell me that I should do that in a nice way that doesn't fat shame me. I'd really appreciate it. Not that you guys would do that, but I'm sensitive. Anyways, the calendars started as a joke because here they are. I got gifted 3 different Chihuahua calendars from 3 different people for Christmas. I'm one of those people that's really hard to buy for, because if I want something, I just kind of get it. And I'm also, believe it or not, looking at my office, a minimalist. So I like to have fewer things that really, really matter to me. So it might be like fewer really high quality things that I use all the time. So it makes it really hard to buy gifts for me. But I love Chihuahuas. So 3 different people got me these calendars. And my response was to buy 2 more calendars so I could fill the wall. So that's the Chihuahua calendars. Then I have these little hooks where I hang my coffee mugs. And I've got my rainbow wind chime, LGBT pride. In the window, I also have, is the tracking on? Okay, it's off. I also have crystals and a voodoo key necklace for Freya, just little lucky charms that I acquire and things I get interested in as I'm researching my books. I'm in a crystal box of the month club. It's just something I really enjoy. I collect magic rocks. Big whoop. I've got this is my little breakfast nook. I've got a microwave, a trash. I've got my Kerouac, some fake plants and bananas. I've got some good things in here like K-cups and dog treats. So every morning I wake up before the rest of the household and I come in the office and I do a K-cup. And I drink my coffee, and then when I'm done with it, I wake up my husband and he makes me 2 iced coffees. The first one I drink right away, and the second one goes in my mini fridge, which is in my closet. And I've got art from my 10-year-old child on the fridge there. I've got my printer, and I've just got a whole bunch of cool stuff in the closet. All the books I've written, books from friends. I've got my collector's Toxic Masculinity Kin and Weird Barbie. I've got some beaded flowers from Africa. See some blue-footed booby art from the Galapagos Islands. I have my best friend's name tag from a conference we went to. Obviously, we're lords and ladies of Scotland. So it's another one of my names, Melissa Storm, Lady Melissa Storm. You can see I have a didgeridoo up there from Australia, which is a place I forgot to mention we go, some of my special edition hardcovers. And I've got my collection of stuffed birds that I get from wherever we go. Now, Italy was really hard for my bird collection because I have stuffed birds and then I have my little figurine birds. And Italy, like the only bird we saw was pigeons. And I'm like, I don't want to get a pigeon to represent this amazing trip. So I decided to bend the rules a little. And this glass dragon is my bird for Italy. Over here, we have different keepsakes and mementos. So you can see my monkeys from Africa, crafts and gifts from my kiddo. I've got Elle Woods from Legally Blonde because that's like one of my favorite fictional characters ever. First ultrasound of my 10-year-old. They'll be very embarrassed about that. Something my husband 3D printed. I've got family photos, crazy dog lady stuff. What else have I got in here? I've got my word art calendar pages with different art and sayings on them. They say, so many books, so little time, and why fit in when you were born to stand out. And then over on this big wall, I've got my cat Van Gogh. And whenever anybody sees this in my office, they always ask if I painted it. And I'm like, no, you can't be good at everything. I would not be able to paint that. Good Lord. But it's something I love. I also love Taylor Swift because even though I'm a cool neurodivergent artist, I'm still pretty basic. So Tortured Poets Department is Life. And I got so into the album when it came out that my husband bought the vinyl for me, and I don't have a record player. And I'm like, well, now I have to incorporate it into my space. So obviously I had to get 3 more. This is the same thing that happened with the Chihuahua calendars. Obviously I have to get 3 more records that are super meaningful and impactful and that I want in my space where I work. So I got Carrie Underwood's Cry Pretty, which is another favorite album. And I got to see that concert with my best friend. We traveled across state lines and got to see it, and it was amazing. I also have, I'm in the way, Moulin Rouge soundtrack, which it has me and my hubby's song, Come What May, on it. And then I have Our Lady Peace, which is just something that was really meaningful to me as an angry teenager. So I wanted to bring that into my office, you know? I've got, I think that's like pretty much everything. Oh yeah, like my actual desk and computer. So there is my iMac. Its name is Bluey. It's a blue iMac. And I have a laptop, MacBook, that's name is Bingo. And yes, it is after the cartoon dogs. I've got a big, you can see how I left it. I have all the instructions for the selfie cam and the remote because I was trying to figure it out right before I went live. I've also got a nice mic. Got a, oh, this is hard. Okay, I've got the keyboard that's like a typewriter. And on the tray, I have my tarot cards for the week. Super into that stuff. You can see some of my crystals on the desk, as well as the glasses I'm supposed to wear, but I'm forever taking off absent-mindedly. I've got books that I reference regularly for my fantasy and magic stuff, or self-help and business books that I really like. Because it's live, everything is like mirror image, so you can't read the titles. But one I recommend if you're neurodivergent like me is How to ADHD by Jessica McCabe. It is so good. I've got Atomic Habits. I've got Britney Spears' memoir, which I am obsessed with because remember, I'm basic and I'm old. I'm an elder millennial. So of course I have Britney Spears' memoir, which is amazing. And then I've got my work cart. Here, I'll put this down. Oh, there we go, tilt. Got my work cart with some more special books that I'm referencing, all my tarot decks. I have a ton of them. And then I've got my other stuff that I use. So I also have a rug on the floor, but right now it's all messed up because I was sitting in a chair and I had to move that so I could sit in front of my beautiful map. So that is my first live. Thank you for joining me. I hope it wasn't too boring since I did this with no plans as a test so that I could get used to the technology. So I'm gonna say goodbye. If you have any questions for me, feel free to ask them after the fact and I'll respond in the comments. Thanks guys, bye. Bye as soon as I figure out how to stop being live, I mean. Oh my God. End live.